In this video we're going to make a DIY China Bank wall ride. The first step is to take a few measures for the forms at a ledge that I previously built. Then it's off to the hardware store. We're definitely going to need some concrete for this project as I don't have any, but we do have wood at home for the forms. One way to save money on concrete is getting the 90-pound bags instead of the 60-pound. It is a little heavier, a little harder to deal with, but save a couple bucks. If you have a friend to help you grab concrete, that always helps. Shout out to Big Al. The total of 6 90-pound bags came out to $25. Now we have all our concrete, we're going to load it up and head home to start making our forms. You can use scrap wood or any type of wood. I'm going to be using my jigsaw to cut out this wood today. First we have to trace out a few measurements that we took earlier. And now we're going to cut up our form so that we have some structure to build upon our concrete. And we know that it's 13.5 inches high because we went and measured it. And we just measured 2 cinder blocks to get an idea of how long that's going to be. And that's 15 inches. So now we know what our measurements are. Basically, we're just going to cut up this wood. No transition on this because we do want it to be really banked. And the idea is just have something to build the concrete around so that you're not freestyling it. And it's just a lot easier to build when you have a form versus just kind of building transition onto the wall. Although, you can do that too. I typically use gloves and eyewear when cutting wood. Don't cut wood like I am in a rush to build a spot all in one day. After you cut out one form, you can use that as your guide to outline the form for the other side of the wall ride. Then cut out your second form, trying to conserve as much wood as possible. Now that we have our forms, I'm going to grab all the supplies that we need to head over to the spot and start building. It's always good to fill up on water at home if you don't have any local source or water where you're building the spot at. I'm going to use all these bricks for our filler. So originally we were just going to bank one side, but we have enough filler and we have enough concrete to bank both sides, so we decided why not bank both sides and make it a really fun skate spot. So Al's banked this side up in a really good formation. How you use the filler can also help make the shape of the transition as well. You really shouldn't use rusty rebar or anything like that, but if you're building this spot at home, you wouldn't do that. But since we're building it here where we don't know how long it's gonna last, it's Renegade, it's pretty DIY. So we're gonna use this rebar that I found. It does have some rust on it, but it works perfect for this. Al cut himself. Once we cut it, we're gonna align it with everything. Then we could just pour the concrete in there. Rebar really helps so that all the concrete can really grab a hold of it and have like a cage to hold on to it. The tools we're going to use today is this thick brush for spraying water mainly, the finishing float, another finishing edger float to get into the tight spots, and our lovely Marshtown float to start with, and some concrete bonding adhesive to blend into our concrete. Before you start mixing, clean up all the ground you're going to be pouring new concrete onto. Always make sure to wear a mask when mixing concrete. Also wear gloves, they'll save your hands. Take time when you're mixing concrete. You can slowly add concrete, then slowly add water, and keep mixing until you find the right texture. The rule of thumb is for each 90-pound bag of concrete mix, add approximately 30 liters of water. This is a good looking mix to start adding it to the wall. When you're first getting the concrete onto the spot, you don't have to worry about getting it super precise. Just try to get everything covered evenly. You can use a 2x4 to start shaping the bank and even out all the transition while you bring the concrete onto the wall. Now we're going to keep mixing and repeating the same process on the other side. Al's in his underwear because it's so damn hot and he doesn't want to mess up his pants. We're getting it going. Intermission. Just had to let you guys know what was going on behind the scenes. Once you have all the concrete into a good place and it looks like it's in a good shape, start floating the concrete, filling all the air holes in the concrete, starting to make a smoother surface. Don't rush through the process though. You might find areas that need more concrete, and at this stage, it's easy to blend in still. Now I'm going to keep troweling this bank as Al works on the other side. with the finishing flow, I can really trowel the concrete, creating a nice smooth surface. We're back. It's been about 10 hours and we just let the concrete cure last night. Me and Al just basically left everything. We did leave a little note. And that's always a scary thing when you're building a DIY spot. You never know if someone's gonna come skate it or someone just destroys it. So you put all that hard work into it. But that's part of building DIY spots. I always say it, that is what you have to risk in order to reap the rewards from. You have to, really not know what's gonna happen and just dive into the unknown, hoping you break it through the other side. So today we're hyped, it's all here, everything's intact. We're gonna wait another day, so basically you should wait around like 32 to 34 hours for all your quickcrete to dry to really get it nice and cured before you really chip away or ruin it. We could skate it right now, but it would just get ruined so quick. So with that said, we're just checking on it. We'll come back tomorrow to get a skate session. We'll probably need a Bondo up the bottom and the top because it's not super flush. It's not horrible, we probably could run it, but if we Bondo it up, it will definitely preserve the spot and keep it going for a lot longer. So before tomorrow's session, we'll probably Bondo it and get riding it. It's been about 36 hours since we got done pouring the concrete. So concrete normally dries in about 50% of its full portion of drying in the first 24 hours, and then 25% in the next 24 hours after that, and then another 25% after that. You get the idea. It dries immediately and then it has a slower curing process. It's not fully cured right now, but we are going to put some Bondo on it, and hopefully within the next couple hours it'll be into a hard, nice solid spot to where we're going to get a skate session on it. We're just going to hit the bottom and the top of our transitions just so nothing chips away in the future, because when you're skating this spot over time, it is going to get destroyed. And as you saw, we didn't chip into the wall. We didn't chip up the ground like you really should if you're making this spot to last for a long time, but we don't know how long this spot is going to last. So we're kind of trying to find that sweet medium spot by adding Bondo on the top of the Bondo to make it last. All right, we got everything taped up. I'm not gonna go too extensive into the Bondoing process since we talked about Bondo in the last video on how to build a beginner ledge, this ledge right here that we're building upon in this video. So that said, we got everything marked up, ready for the Bondo. We're gonna mix up our bonding agent and start scraping all our Bondo into the tape areas and then pull up all of our tape to pull our Bondo and to get a skate session. Alright, so the real first question is who gets to skate the spot first, because we both worked on it. Ooh, the spicy, controversial question.
I think some Rochambeau might do us straight.
Best out of three?
Best out of three.
Alright, fair. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, what was that? You just tried to strategize me.
I did. That was playing it now. Now he's gonna overthink what he's gonna do next. And now I'm gonna win. Ready?
That's fucked up. You go on shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ooh. All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ooh.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ooh.
Ah! That's me, baby. I get the first licks.
This is absurd, man. I object. Nooks
I don't
and
know. I
crannies
really
out.
just want to go for it. I kind of just want to go for it.
Okay, I think we're just gonna go for it.
We're gonna try it. First licks are so exciting, so much victory. It is harder than I thought it was going to be, but it is nice. It is definitely a wall ride. It's definitely a bank to ball. Wall rides are possible, but it's not easy, that's for sure. All right, baby, the session is on. Shriek and Shannon is coming to meet up with us to get a session, as well as my friend Andy Mack. So pretty hyped to get some other homies out here and really get the day going on this new spot. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video on how to build DIY skate spots. It's such a blast building this one. Like I said, can't wait to come back and really hit this thing with maybe a different board. I just did a video on board setups and my preferred board setups for skating transition. One of my big points in that video was just having a board that is versatile that you can skate everything with. So with that said, can't wait to get a popsicle on, come back and skate those. So it's I think my fullest potential with the regular board of that shape. But anyways, I can make excuses all day long. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe if you're not already. We'll see you in the next one. Mash. One last thing before we totally wrap this video up. I'm sorry, I apologize. I love all your beautiful faces. Have a happy 2021. Take care of each other. Respect each other. Unity, solidarity. Just say hello to your neighbors. That's all. Peace.